Albert Einstein, the face that embodies genius, the name that resonates through the halls of science. But behind the unruly hair and the piercing gaze lies a story of revolutionary discoveries and a profound moral dilemma. This video does not simply celebrate the mind that gave us the theory of relativity. It delves into Einstein's greatest mistake, the letter he signed that propelled the United States towards building the most destructive weapon in history. How did a committed pacifist inadvertently become a catalyst for the atomic age? Prepare for an analysis of choices, consequences, and the heavy burden of science in the 20th century. Chapter 1. The Dreamer of Bern, the Genesis of Revolution Hour. Story begins in the unassuming patent office in Bern, Switzerland, where a young Albert Einstein, far from the gaze of the academic world, was revolutionizing physics during his annus mirabilis. Miracle year of 1905. This chapter explores his groundbreaking ideas on the photoelectric effect, Brownian motion, and, crucially, the special theory of relativity, including the most famous equation in the world, E equals mc squared. We see how a mind working in relative isolation could dismantle the established understanding of space, time, and energy, laying the foundation for a new era of scientific thought. This sets the stage for the brilliance that would later grapple with the immense power it helped to unleash. Chapter 2. Ascent and Awareness. From relativity to quantum theory following the recognition of his profound insights, Einstein ascends to the forefront of the scientific community. This chapter traces the development of his general theory of relativity, radical new understanding of gravity, and his increasing involvement with the burgeoning and enigmatic field of quantum theory. Despite his initial contributions, Einstein grew deeply uncomfortable with the probabilistic interpretation of quantum mechanics, famously stating, "God does not play dice." Here, we witness the scientific titan confronting the philosophical and conceptual frontiers of his own field, a conflict that would define much of his later intellectual life. What are your thoughts on Einstein's resistance to certain aspects of quantum theory? Does his struggle highlight the inherent limitations of even the most brilliant minds? Share your perspectives in the comments below. Chapter 3. The Shadow of War. Europe in flames. The rise of Nazism in Germany casts a dark shadow over the life of Albert Einstein, a Jew of German descent and a staunch pacifist. This chapter describes his agonizing decision to leave Europe and immigrate to the United States. Recognizing the escalating threat posed by Adolf Hitler and the potential for Nazi Germany to develop nuclear weapons, we explore the moral conflict within him. A man dedicated to peace, forced to confront the horrifying possibility of an ideology armed with unimaginable destructive power. His adopted homeland, the United States, would soon become the focal point of the very scientific endeavor he both feared and felt. Compelled to endorse. Thank you for following this journey through Einstein's early brilliance and the looming threat of war. You've seen the mind that reshaped our universe, now facing the potential destruction of civilization. The pivotal moment, the catalyst for a new and terrifying era, is just ahead. Chapter 4. The Fateful Letter, the Turning Point. In the summer of 1939. Driven by the urgent pleas of his colleagues Leo Szilard and Eugene Wigner, and haunted by the fear that Nazi Germany was ahead in the race to build an atomic bomb, Einstein signed a letter addressed to President Franklin D. Roosevelt. This chapter meticulously details the context and content of this crucial document, which warned of the potential of nuclear fission to create incredibly powerful weapons, and recommended that the United States initiate its own research into this area. We analyze Einstein's motivations, a deep fear of fascism outweighing his pacifist convictions, the belief that the free world could not afford to be outpaced in such a critical development. The irony is stark. A man who abhorred violence felt compelled to advocate for the creation of the most lethal weapon ever conceived. Chapter 5. Legacy and Remorse. The Weight of the Bomb. Final chapter grapples with the devastating impact of the atomic bombs dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, and the profound remorse that shadowed Einstein for the remainder of his life. Although his letter was a catalyst, Einstein did not directly participate in the Manhattan Project, and in the aftermath of the war, became a fervent advocate for international control of nuclear weapons. This chapter explores his complex legacy, the scientific titan whose theories reshaped our understanding of the cosmos, and the reluctant participant in the dawn of the atomic age, a development that filled him with deep regret. His story serves as a potent reminder of the ethical tightrope that scientists must walk and the unintended consequences that can arise from even the noblest of intentions. The story of Albert Einstein reminds us that even the most brilliant minds and the noblest intentions can lead to unforeseen and devastating consequences. His letter to Roosevelt, born out of fear of a greater evil, opened the Pandora's box of the atomic age, a legacy that continues to challenge humanity. Einstein's greatest mistake does not diminish his scientific achievements, but it serves as a solemn reminder of the responsibility that comes with the power of knowledge. What is the primary lesson you take away from Einstein's involvement in the creation of the atomic bomb? Share your reflections in the comments below. Subscribe for more explorations into the complex intersections of science, history, and ethics, and let us continue to learn from the past as we navigate the challenges of the future.